Let's talk about stress. Taking more and more alcohol or marijuana or medicine or herbs or sedatives or comfort food and chocolate cake to try to deal with stress isn't going to make things better. You must address the stress and deal with it and get out of it. I mean, it's like, I remember when I was in art school and I was like 18, I had this dorm. It was like this in Florida. It was really humid and there was a lot of mold. And I had this black, fuzzy green mold just growing all along the cracks of the bottom where the wall hit the floorboard. And it was this thick, fuzzy mold. And I sprayed, I was a kid, I sprayed Lysol all over it, thinking I'm just going to kill the mold with the Lysol. And maybe I did to some degree, but that didn't take care of the cause. It didn't get rid of the reason the mold was there. And that's my point here, is you can try to like coat it with something or kill, like they always say, like, I've got this bug, I've got this parasite, how do I kill it? Well, why is it there? What's it feeding off of? You got to get rid of the cause. You can't just like get rid of the symptom. And the same thing with stress. If you just try to coat the stress with chocolate or alcohol or marijuana or cigarettes or whatever, it's not going to go away. The cause is still going to be there. When you come off the high, you're still going to be like stressed. So you have to deal with the stress. I know it's not fun. That's the last thing people want to do. But trust me, usually that stress is a test. It's something that life is giving you to see how far you can push yourself to get to the next level. I know it doesn't seem like that a lot of times, and people think it's just a random thing. It just happened. You're the unlucky one. You're the victim. Most successful people took a stressful situation and turned it into something that made them successful. Like right now, you're looking at this, right? You're looking at the background and you're going, sure must be, no, it's easy for you to say considering where you are, right? Well, I'm actually going through a really stressful situation right now. It's actually ruining my vacation, and it could actually be costing me millions of dollars, or have already cost me millions of dollars. And it's going to take a lot of, how do I put this, research, accounting, bookkeeping, to try to track down what was happening beyond my knowing this was happening. So this is very stressful, and but I figured out a way to turn this into my benefit. I'm turning a challenge into an opportunity. It forced me to realize that the way I was doing something was not the way it should have been done. There's a better way of doing it. And if this didn't happen, I would not even consider or have considered doing it this other way, because people like to stay in their comfort zone. They like to stay where they are as long as things aren't getting too out of control. It's what they're used to, even though they might not like the relationship, even though it might be a codependent, abusive relationship, financially, personally, health-wise, whatever. They don't want to change because it's all they know. And they're afraid if they change, they might get something worse or have nothing at all, which is even the biggest fear of these people. Well, I've lost everything I've had so many times over that, okay, I've been there, done that. I realized usually when I lost everything, I was better off after that. I got to the next step up. I had nothing holding me back. If you have nothing holding you back, if you've lost everything, you have nothing holding you back. If you have nothing holding you back, you're a lot more capable of getting higher up, because when when an airplane is starting to lose altitude, or an airplane's not a good example, airship in the old days, those hot air balloons, right? When they started going down and you needed to, there was a leak in there or something, you dumped all the weight and then it would go back up higher. Well, if you're going down in life and you're sinking and you feel like you're going to crash, dump all your weight, dump all the stuff that you have, that you own, that you don't need all that crap to stay alive. You really don't. You just need this. That's it. So start dumping everything. So if you lose everything, that's okay. You will be better off. You'll start rising and you'll go above the mountain that is about to crash into there. So even though stress happens to everybody, even the richest people in the world, even Elon Musk, even Mr. Amazon, what's his name, Jeff Bezos, they all have super, super stressful situations. But they've learned, and all successful people learn, that there is always a way to turn that into your benefit, to turn something around. The most millionaires ever made was during the Great Depression. They took something bad and turned it into something good. And that does not mean taking advantage of other people, but it means turning your challenge into an opportunity. And it's a personal thing. Everybody has the opportunity to turn a challenge into something that benefits them and moves. That's how successful people are made. That's how you get ahead in life. That's how you get out of your rut. Everybody's got challenges. The question is, what do you do with it? Okay? So stress is usually because you're being faced with a challenge. Now, I'm a creative person. I went to art school. I learned to take any situation and turn it into something creative. Comedians usually are if you really look at a comedian, most comedians are kind of sad, they've had a bad life, and they're making fun of it. It's their way of escaping the pain. So that's their way of coping with it, and some of them become successful. There's a lot of pain behind, the sad clown and all that. There's truth to that. A lot of clowns have a lot of pain in their life. But they're using that to their benefit. They're trying to cope with it that way. So everybody has a way of taking something and turning it into something that's advantageous. So whatever is stressing you out, and everybody's got something different, and don't think that person's better, even though, that person's rich. They've got it better because, trust me, pain is pain. I mean, it is deep, and it hurts, and it can kill you. It'll eat you up. And money is not always the answer. Being creative with what you have is the answer. Like I said, you got to think like an artist. You got to think like, what can I do with this? Almost every product that's ever been created to help you that you buy on look at Shark Tank. Those are products that were created because somebody had a problem with something, a stressful situation, and they said, if only I had this gadget or this thing or this or a book or anything that could help me with this. And they created it because nobody else had it, and then they started selling it to other people in the same situation. So that's how you turn stuff around. I wrote about this in the Prosperity Secret, my book, and also Instructions for a New Life. Everything happens for a reason. I know you don't want to think that. I think a lot of people like to think they're a victim and just a random thing, but you got to take the stress and turn it into something that is advantageous to you. Turn it around. While you're doing this, like what I'm going through right now is very stressful. And it's a temporary thing. Stress is supposed to be temporary, not permanent. And if it is permanent, then you're not dealing with it in a way that you should be. You should turn it around so at least you can get something out of it. Stress is a motivation to push you into an uncomfortable zone where you normally wouldn't go. But once you go there, you will find a new life. That's as simple as that. So don't judge other people and think, oh, they're better off than me. They got it made, whatever. Trust me, everybody's going through something. Your job is to stop comparing yourself to those people, deal with your own situation, get yourself out of this, stop sedating yourself with chemicals and drugs and chocolate and sugar and medicine and herbs and comfort foods and all that crap. Get out of that rut. Clean your body, clean your mind. Throw away all the junk and weight in your life and start on the new road of, turn that stress around. Do something with it. It's energy. Everything in the universe is energy, and that stress is energy, and that's all it is. Just use that energy. Turn it around and sculpt it into something else. Turn that ugly energy into beautiful energy. It's done all the time. Now it's your turn. Hope this helped.